Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. This is koolNews at 6. I'm Carol. Let's get into the headlines. We are experiencing some technical difficulties while we are gathering the headlines, so I will be using my phone for the articles. So bear with us. So please bear with us. Let's begin here. Presidential Communications Office Undersecretary Claire Castro on Monday said it might be better for the Duterte supporters to also call for the return of former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque, not just the former president. Castro made the statement when asked how the government views Roque's appearance in the Netherlands in support of former President Rodrigo Duterte, who is currently in the custody of the International Criminal Court. Castro said in a press conference, I cannot speak on behalf of the Quadcom on behalf of the House of Representatives because it's the arrest warrant of the House that has not been implemented due to attorney Harry Roque's hiding. But it might be better if we really challenge him to go home, right? Bring home former President Duterte. So maybe it would be better for the people to also shout, bring home Roque. She added, alluding to Duterte's supporters' call to bring home the former president. Prior to this appearance, Roque has been in hiding amid an arrest order from the House of Representatives Squad Committee after being cited for contempt and ordered to be detained due to his failure to submit documents that would supposedly justify his sudden increased wealth. Roque is also facing human trafficking complaints before the Department of Justice due to his alleged active participation in the operations of the scam hub Lucky Sword 99 in Porok, Pampanga. Meanwhile, Senate President Francis Chis Escudero confirmed Senator Ronald Bata de la Rosa could take Santurari in the upper chamber in case an arrest warrant is issued by the International Criminal Court, adding that he would not allow a lawmaker to be arrested within the institution's grounds. This was disclosed by the Senate chief himself in a press conference on Monday after being asked if he would allow De La Rosa to take Santurari in the Senate should the International Criminal Court issue a warrant of arrest. As Escudero said, it's not for me to stop Senator Bato from coming here. That's his decision. But I suppose the limit would be until he gets and clarifies what the court's decision will be regarding his right to avail of his judicial remedies. But will this be viable even if Congress is not in session? Does this mean De La Rosa wouldn't be arrested by authorities as long as he is within the chamber's grounds? According to Escudero, this has been the practice observed by the previous Senate chiefs and the tradition in line with the Senate's rules. Asked if he also wouldn't allow an arrest to happen within the upper chamber, even if Congress is not in session, Escudero answered in an affirmative. He simply said yes. De La Rosa earlier broke his silence following the arrest of former President Rodrigo Duterte, saying that he plans to make a demand to Escudero and ask if the Chamber's chief could allow him to seek refuge in the Senate and refrain from handing him to the ICC as long as he can. Being Duterte's former top cop, De La Rosa was the one who issued Command Memorandum Circular Number 16-2016 when he assumed power as PNP chief. The memo was the basis for Project Double Barrel that started Duterte's war on drugs. This particular role landed him on the roster of the Duterte administration officials who were accused of crimes against humanity by drug war victims' families before the ICC. Meanwhile, one of the privileges that a member of Congress enjoys is the privilege from arrest. Section 11, Article 6 of the Constitution specifically states that a senator or a member of the House of Representatives shall, in all offenses punishable by not more than 6 years imprisonment, be privileged from arrest while the Congress is in session. As stated in the Senate website, this privilege is intended to ensure representation of the constituents by the members of Congress. These privileges are thus secured not with the intention of protecting the members against prosecutors for their own benefit, but to support the rights of the people by enabling the representatives to execute the function of their office without fear of prosecution, civil or criminal, events. A content creator from Kalinok Town, Iloilo, has expressed remorse after he intentionally tried to burn himself for content and entertainment purposes on March 9. Isagan, Isagani Jan Kamare Kanja, known as Boy Negro, said he suffered second-degree burns and was continuing his treatment in the hospital. The 38-year-old tricycle driver shared in an interview on March 11 that he had been vlogging for only a month and he was inspired to do so because he saw the monetary profit it brings. He longed to monetize his vlog, so he chose to create distinct content for his viewers. In the video he posted, Kanja drank and bathed himself with gasoline before he touched a stick with flames held by another person. He was subsequently engulfed by flames. 3 hours later, he posted a video showing he was in the hospital to have himself treated for various burns on his body. Ganja said he hurriedly jumped into a shallow well just for the water to reach his burning back. He hoped that the fire would be extinguished quickly, but it actually affected his body. Ganja warned his viewers, especially children, not to follow his actions as what he did was to provide content for his blog. Before this controversial video, he also posted content where he ate detergent powder and laundry soap and drank bleach. Don't try this, kids. This was also a time when he ate coral, stuffed his bread with worms, and drank gasoline. Because of this, Kanja advised other vloggers not to follow his example and just think of content that will entertain people but not harm the bodies. And the palace on Monday called on the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, or MELF, to give the new interim chief of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, or Barnum, a chance. Presidential Communications Undersecretary Clara Castro made the pronouncement after the MELF Central Committee rejected the appointment of Abdurrauf Makakua as the new Barnum interim chief minister. The people who attended the MELF consultative assembly said that the president has the prerogative to appoint an interim chief minister, she said in Filipino. As of now, this is still very new. Our request to the leadership of the MELF is to give the newly appointed ICM a chance. If the leadership of the new ICM does not work out, we can discuss this again for the betterment of the Bangsamoro and the MELF, she added. When asked if the friction could potentially compromise the peace deal with the MELF, Castro responded in the negative. On March 9, the palace confirmed that President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. appointed Makakua as Barham ICM. The MELF then expressed discontent with the appointment, saying stakeholders hold the view that such a decision should have taken into careful consideration the position of the MELF. The MELF pointed out that only 35 out of the 41 names formally endorsed by the MELF were appointed by Marcos, which, according to the MELF, undermines Section 2, Article 16 of the Bangsamoro Organic Law. The law states that the MELF shall lead the Bangsamoro Transition Authority with a prejudice to the participation of the Moro National Liberation Front in its membership. It is now 6:30 p.m. as we will return with more news headlines that truly care for you right here on koolNews at 6. Stay along with us. We will be right back. koolNews at 6. Let's continue with our headlines. The Philippine National Police has reiterated its commitment to assist the International Criminal Organization after Senate President Francis Escudero allowed Senator Ronald De La Rosa to take signatory in the Senate that should the International Criminal Court issues an arrest warrant for him. In a press briefing on Monday, PNP Public Information Office Chief Colonel Randolph Tuano echoed the pronouncements of spokesperson Brigadier General Juan Fachado that the PNP is ready to help Interpol in implementing ICC's arrest warrants for other people involved in the Duterte administration's drug war. He said in Filipino, when it comes to proceed to the procedure of the arrest, if possible, let's not discuss it. What's important is to emphasize the Philippines' commitment to serving the warrant if requested by Interpol. To recall earlier, Escudero said it would be up to De La Rosa whether he would seek shelter in the Senate, and he would not allow a lawmaker to be arrested on Senate grounds. Also in the news, the Philippine National Police is ready to cooperate with any investigation into former President Rodrigo Duterte's arrest, following Senator Amy Marcos' call for an urgent Senate probe on the matter. PNP Public Information Office Chief Colonel Randolph Tuano was asked about Marcos' statement, in which she emphasized the need to determine whether due process was followed during Duterte's arrest, given the involvement of the International Criminal Police Organization, or Interpol, and the International Criminal Court. He said in a press briefing on Monday, the process of arrest should be tackled in court. The PNP is ready to cooperate with any investigation, he said in a press briefing. Marcos, who heads the Senate Committee on Foreign Relations, said she would invite key officials from the Philippine National Police, Office for Transportation Security, Department of Transportation, Department of Justice, National Security Council, and Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines. Meanwhile, almost 50,000 people participated in rallies following the arrest of former President Rodrigo Duterte, according to the Philippine National Police. Based on this data released on Monday, the PNP monitored 49,990 people who participated in 58 rallies from March 15 to 16. Of the total, 3,000 participants were logged in Metro Manila, 2,150 in Central Luzon, 640 in Mimaropa, 1,180 in Western Visayas, 6,300 in Zamboanga Peninsula, 3,850 in Central Visayas, 6,200 in Eastern Visayas, 9,500 in Northern Mindanao, 8,200 in Davao Region, and 8,890 in Sorsogon. The PNP, however, did not specify how many of these rallies were conducted by the Duterte supporters and families of the drug war victims. Based on reports, the Duterte's war on drugs left at least 6,000 people dead. However, human rights group reported that the number may have reached 20,000. Investigators from the International Criminal Court have not contacted the Senate to request documents related to the previous administration's controversial war on drugs, Senate President Francis G. Escudero said. In the press conference on Monday, Escudero stated that his office has yet to receive any such requests. My office has not received such as well as the Secretary General. I am expecting that I will be informed if such moves are done, he told reporters. Escudero made the remark following the arrest of former President Rodrigo Duterte on the grounds of alleged crimes against humanity he committed for the anti-drug campaign he orchestrated when he was still in power. Meanwhile, in the same press conference, Escudero made a categorical stand that he would not allow the arrest of Senator Bato de la Rosa within the Senate grounds if the ICC issues an arrest warrant against him. Escudero said, I told him that we will try to afford him every opportunity to avail of legal remedies that he is entitled to. In fact, he already did that because he is a co-petitioner of former President Duterte in the Supreme Court, although the High Court did not grant them a temporary restraining order. Former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque will file a formal application to seek asylum in the Netherlands. Roque, one of the legal counsels of former President Rodrigo Duterte, who is being detained in the Hague, announced this during a press conference on Monday. He said, well, I am formally announcing that after our meeting today, I am filing formally asylum here in the Netherlands. An asylum seeker is defined as someone who is seeking international protection. According to Roque, once his asylum application is received, he will have the right to non-deportation until the investigation into whether he is entitled to such is done. Apart from this, he'll be granted non-prosecution for illegal entry into the Netherlands, but he maintained that he entered the country legally. Speaking of which, former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque's plan to seek asylum in the Netherlands is a desperate attempt to evade accountability for his alleged ties to illegal Philippine offshore gaming operators or POGOs, according to Gabriela Women's Party Representative Alin Brosas. Brosas issued a statement after Roque bared his plan during a press conference earlier Monday. Brosas said Roque's asylum bid is nothing but a mockery of justice and a slap in the face of the Filipino people. It is obvious that he is using this process just to evade accountability, she added. Roque's asylum bid is nothing but a pathetic attempt to dodge accountability. He's not seeking refuge, he's looking for an escape route. The lawmaker also likened Roque's actions to other high-ranking officials implicated in corruption cases. Rosas urged the Department of Foreign Affairs and the Department of Justice to coordinate with international authorities and ensure Roque faces the House of Representatives Squad Committee's ongoing investigation into POGOs, specifically Roque's unexplained wealth. Roque has a lot of explaining to do, from his ties to Lucky Star 99 to his sudden jackpot in wealth. Anyone involved in illegal POGO operations must be held accountable, especially since we know of cases of human trafficking, prostitution, and other crimes that occur in POGO hubs, she added. This case exposes the deep-rooted corruption in enabling these illegal POGO operations. It's not just Roque who should be investigated, but also those behind this operation and the protectors in the government, she pointed out. And now we will proceed to the other news not related to Duterte, and this time is a good news. Motorists will be greeted with another round of petroleum price rollbacks beginning March 18, that is tomorrow, marking the third consecutive week of price drops. In separate advisories on Monday, Say Oil and Shell Pilipinas said the per liter prices of diesel and kerosene would dip by 20 centavos and 40 centavos respectively. The prices of gasoline, meanwhile, will remain unchanged from last week. Industry sources previously estimated lower pump prices following U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to impose heavy tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China, which they said could slow global economic growth. Last week, the motoring public saw petroleum products dropping by almost 2 pesos per liter. Ladies and gents, this is koolNews at 6. It is now 6:29 p.m. and that will be it for koolNews at 6. We will return with more news headlines with koolNews Prime Time at 10:30 p.m. later. You can also send us your comments, suggestions, and feedback to our email at tvhphilippines.news@gmail.com. Until then, I am Cairo. Good evening.